Hey, what's going on? My name's Nate. This is my 22 Chief Dark Horse, and today I'm going to do a little overview of everything you need to convert your Chief to inverted front end. Um, I just want to say up front, this is not a cost-effective swap. Maybe in the future, as bikes get crashed more, parts become more readily available, and the cost of things comes down, this would be a good investment potentially. But as things stand, if you've got a Chief and you want the inverted front end, the better suspension, etc., just trade it in, get the Sport Chief. For me, that wasn't, I mean, it was an option, but I've got a lot of sentimental value on this bike. I won this bike. This bike has been originally was a wrecked bike that got rebuilt, given new life, and I just have been having a lot of fun tinkering on it, doing a lot of work to it, and making it fit kind of everything that I want it to. So, is there better bikes for me? Yes, there are that would fit my needs better, but I love this bike. It's done everything I've asked of it. I'm making it what I want it to be, and I'm not going to get rid of this bike ever. So long term, this investment is going to pay dividends to me personally, but for 99% of people out there who are thinking about maybe doing this swap, just get a Sport Chief. It's a lot of money at the current time. So because basically you have to buy everything brand new from Indian. There's nothing out there in the used market. Basically, things randomly pop up. That was kind of what got me started on this. Was I saw a Challenger front end pop up on eBay for, and I thought I'd be able to do it for the whole swap for about a third of the total cost of buying all the parts new, and that it just didn't happen. Parts were bent, parts needed to be replaced. I still had to buy a ton of other parts, and I think it ended up costing me about what it would be if you priced it out. So I would also like to say thank you to the people who have helped me along the way with information, and first of all, Brandon Picasso for the bike. He's also been a wealth of knowledge and information. I'm able to contact him all the time and ask him questions and throw ideas off of him, and that's been a lot of fun. I'd also like to thank Alex Print. He's part of Lawless Garage, and he's another gentleman who I've been able to ask questions about, look for resources, and kind of help me along the way in figuring this out. Two other people is Kyle at Forever Rad. He's big Challenger guy, but he's also, I can ask him questions any time of the day. Super nice dude. And aside from Brandon, who I met when I picked up the bike, I don't know any of these people personally. I just started messaging them out of the blue, and they've been nothing but great and responsive and helpful with information. And then last would be Kevin at Big Bear Performance. I brought him the forks that I bought on eBay to have him do a service on them, and he found out that the fork lowers were bent, which I never would have noticed. I don't think. I would have always wondered why it rode kind of weird, but he found out the fork lowers were bent, so I had to get those replaced while he was there. Did the seal kit, and I did cartridge install too. So someone else messaged me yesterday actually, and informed me that apparently the Challenger forks are longer. I already knew that the spring rate and all that stuff was going to be different from the Sport Chief, but he said that they're slightly different lengthwise, I guess. I don't know exactly. You can't look up those specs on the parts fiches, so whether that's true or not, I don't know, but in his bio it said he works at Indian Motorcycle, so I'm just going to take that for what it is. All right, I'm going to stop rambling and start going over stuff. So first thing, well, I guess we'll just start here. These are from a Challenger. These are inverted forks that I bought on eBay from a Challenger. Again, they were bent. The fork lowers were bent, so I got new fork lowers. They've got fresh seals, and Kevin installed the cartridge kit, so I'm going to have adjustable. I guess we'll do this one. All right. So I'm going to have rebound and dampening adjustability, and they're also extended. So it's an inch extension on the top and an inch extension internally. So for me, I already run my bike at about an inch, a quarter, inch and a half extended on the forks. So this way I'm still going to be able to run it extended, get better lean angle, and you can adjust how exactly the bike responds. So for me, that's super exciting. I think you can get it at stock height and plus 2 inches. I don't think there's an in-between. All he had when I was there was the black caps. You can also get it with the gold caps. There's no additional cost. So forks, fork lowers, and fork uppers. Originally, I had the Challenger Triple Tree and thought that would work. Unfortunately, the lower fits fine, but when you go to do the upper, it turned out that the way it's shaped, I don't think I have it out at the moment, but basically it's spaced differently. So it's further back on the neck than the Sport Chief and the Chief. And there's this protruding thing back here. I don't know if that relates. I don't know what exactly it does on the Pursuit or Challenger, but if I had put the gas tank on, it would have hit the gas tank. So that wasn't going to work. So you need Sport Chief Triple Trees. That was the biggest hurdle that I found because up until the 2024 models were released, you couldn't buy the lower Triple Tree. So I bought the upper Triple Tree, I bought the lower Triple Tree. It did not come with the steering stem, so I had to get that pressed out of my original Chief steering stem. I took that to a shop. I'm trying to do as much of this work as I can. That I took to a shop because I don't have a press, and it took the guy like an hour, even with all the right tools, and he said it was a pain in the butt. But he got it pressed into the new stem, and he installed the new bearing lower. So you don't necessarily have to get new bearings. On mine, the upper and lower bearing were both worn, so I opted to replace them. I figured I'm taking this all apart. I don't really want to take it apart again anytime soon, and might as well do it while I'm in there. So that's something you could either just buy it and do it as preventative maintenance, or just assess them once you take it apart and see how it is. I had to use this tool because I couldn't get any of my punch to sit properly. So this tool and a punch, and popped lower race out perfectly. I just used a punch on the upper sealed bearing. That came out perfectly. Let's see. Brake line. I just got the brake line from a Sport Chief. So half of these parts are Sport Chief parts, half these are Challenger parts. So these came off a Challenger. I put in Lindahl brake rotors, and you're going to need a new master cylinder for the front brake because you're moving more fluid, so the orifice diameter is going to be different. It technically can work if you use your original master cylinder, but your brake feel will be not what it should be, because it's not going to move as much fluid as it should be. And because you're getting a new master cylinder, of course, you need a different brake lever. Based on all the part numbers and stuff, they are not compatible with the original Chief brake lever. So I bought a new one. What else? You're going to need a new fender. I didn't think that the Challenger fender would look good on the bike, and I looked at quite a few. You can get a FTR fender adapter from Forever Rad. I didn't quite like that look. I liked this one from Original Garage Moto, and it's got the hexagon honeycomb pattern, and that's going to match. I've already got the Original Garage Moto. These are all made in collaboration with Lawless Garage also, but the honeycomb is already a theme on my bike. I wanted to get the aluminum finish to match the pegs, but at the time they didn't have it. I thought that I was going to be getting this all together about a month ago, so I would have just waited otherwise. You have to get a new front wheel. This wheel is also off of Challenger, I want to say. I bought this on Facebook Marketplace. It needed a new tire, and it didn't come with brake rotors. So in addition to the Legend, oh my gosh, Lindahl brake pads, I got Lindahl brake rotors. So, and a fresh new tire, new Metzer Cruise Tech. These things are pretty sweet. I'm really excited to see how they feel. What else? That's basically it. Most of the nuts and bolts can just be taken off the bike and put on the new stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. If you have all of the parts, it's fairly straightforward. One of the other big things that I forgot about the Challenger Triple Tree, you could be like, well, maybe I could machine that part off so it doesn't, the protruding part that hits the gas tank, maybe I can machine that off. The other issue is that the spacing for the risers is different. It's its own special spacing, and also the FTR is as well. So the Chiefs have their own spacing. I don't know how it relates to the like Chieftain and Roadmaster or Springfield. I don't know what the spacing is on that, but I know that the spacing is about half an inch wider on the Pursuit and Challenger, and it's, I think, narrower on the FTR. There was a bike that I saw made by Indian Motorcycle Metz. That's all I know. I'm on Instagram, so I don't know exactly what it stands for, but it's somewhere in Europe. They took a Chief and they did the inverted front end, and they did it off of an FTR. So I thought, okay, well, maybe that'll work. But looking further into it, I think they had custom triple trees. So that was an option that I thought about when I couldn't get the Sport Chief lower. Going and getting a custom triple tree. Lawless Garage said that they would make it for me, but I thankfully waited a week, and it would have been sweet. And I really appreciate the fact that they even said that they would do that for me. But I'm glad that I waited, and I just got the Sport Chief lower. The nice thing about having the Sport Chief triple trees is that all of my stuff, like I've got heated grips, that button's gonna be able to be mounted. If I ever get the Sport Chief fairing, that'll be able to be mounted, et cetera, et cetera. The brake line is gonna mount properly to the triple tree lower, so that's exciting. Trying to think if there's anything else major. It's a pretty straightforward process. If you've got all the tools and all the parts, you should be able to get it done in a day. You just take it off and then assemble it in the reverse order. I have the shop manual. So you want to make sure that you're torquing everything to spec, especially the steering stem. There's a whole process that is detailed in the manual on how to tighten everything properly so it isn't too tight. You don't want to overdo the bearings. You don't want to make it grip or anything. I've been rambling a lot, but I think that's everything. Now, that being said, I haven't put it together yet, but I have completely disassembled it twice. I guess this is the first time completely because I took the bearings out. But this is my second time I had it apart. I tried to do this like a month ago and found out that the parts weren't going to work. So I had to regroup, and that's kind of where I'm at. So my goal today is I only got a couple hours, but I'm hoping to get this thing back on the ground, rolling again. That's my goal for the day, and that's going to be another video. But if you've been watching me this through this whole time rambling, thank you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. YouTube comments are kind of annoying, so just message me on Instagram at Nathan Dunn, NATHANDUNN. That's my Instagram. I'm trying to be pretty responsive to messages as best I can. I know there's not that many of you watching this, but either way, I'm excited. I know a few of you are excited to see this happen, and thanks for joining me on this journey.